Okay, hello everybody, and welcome back to Wesley the Writer. I'm Wesley, and it's been a while since I said that. Huh. Feels kind of strange saying it like that after so much has happened. Oh my goodness, did you listen to chapter 10? Right? Okay, anyway, I would like to open up this podcast, or at least this little segment of the podcast, to let everybody know what's going on with me and what's going to be happening with this channel going forward. So without further ado, let's get into it. I wanted to start by saying welcome to Q4, the last 3 months in the year. Hand clap, slow clap. Okay, anyway. Um, there are a few changes that I'm making to the podcast and the recordings for the audio books that I'm going to be writing as well. One of the major changes you'll take notice to once you listen to the next set of chapters coming out for the Pinewood High School incident, that's going to be that I'm adding in music and sounds. It's going to be a slow roll going forward till I get to the point where I like it. And yeah, once I get to like okay, this is definitively how I'm going to go with this format moving forward, then yeah, I'm going to go and stick with that. I'm going to actually be going back and redoing the beginning chapters of the book, and then from here on out, every book that I do from now is going to be in that format. I will be working with other artists and, whoever decides to help out or wants to donate their talent. I'll be working with them to make it better. I know that a couple of the chapters, every 5 chapters, I've been doing like a special recording, and this one that's coming up is going to be no different. But yeah, I did that because I wanted to really bring you into the world of the story. I think I may have mentioned that before, but that's how I'm going to go about it going forward. I really like the effort that people have put into, helping me with the project, and I'm going to be thanking them on those episodes. A lot of the music and stuff that I'll be using, I will link to the section, the comment section, the show note section. So yeah, you'll know where I get my music and who helped me and all that other stuff per each episode. With that though, I will have to say that I do have to give thanks to another podcaster who doesn't exactly do what I do, but is close to it. His name is Jon Cohen. He runs the Tale of the Manticore podcast, and you can hear that on all your podcast stations. And it was really awesome the way that he went about doing it. He's a real play D&D guy. He does the first edition D&D rule set, and it's really cool. Like, I was listening to it. I cannot get enough of his storytelling. I don't know. It's just really good storytelling. And I am stealing his method of how to go about the podcast situation. He says that a lot of people in the space don't do it the way how, don't do it that particular way, especially for like serious tone storytelling. And he's open to having people use that method that he's developed. And I'm like, okay, cool. I'm going to use it. So yeah, I think that he's a really good template for anybody that's looking to do storytelling the way that I am doing it, or just in general to tell your stories in a way that is really engaging. I really like the way how you're brought into the world space He does a really good job of doing that. And I think that's what really stood out to me the most, is just getting really like into it. Like with the sounds, with the music, and it's going to take a little bit of a journey for me to get to that point. But I am looking at how, I can implement a lot more of the way he's done it into future episodes and things like that. So just a shout out to Jon. I think that he's a really cool guy. If you listen to the stuff that he does, he puts out some good content. Go give Tale of the Manticore a try. I'm going to be okay. So with the rest of the content, because I was at one point releasing daily episodes, I'm going to bring that back. And the way how I'm going to do it is I'm going to start leading discussions with the members of the church. So I know that for the audience I'm writing for, it is a Christian audience. And I would like to share Christian living with those who are in the space. So even if you just come along and hear me out talking about a certain topic, I wanted to have people who are actually living the word share their testimonies and discuss things about the Bible that maybe someone hasn't really talked to anyone about. There are a lot of areas of Christian living and of like the Bible in general that are kind of either glossed over or not explained, or maybe there are things that haven't been said that would be beneficial to have been said. So yeah, I'll be speaking with different leaders, different congregation members, things like that, just about the broad Christian belief in its totality. There are a lot of nuances with Christians, I feel like, with Christian living, with Christianity, and I can see how that could be off-putting for people who are not in the word, or at least not they hadn't gotten that exposure to the word. I was fortunate enough to have exposure to the church and to in essence God at an early age, and seeing God work in people, and that's what I'm aiming to bring to others. So even with my works, and I know that my works can get a little dark at times, which is why I'm also going to be adding a content warning to the beginning of my stories. But I feel like reaching those depths of storytelling and then turning around and having the podcast shed light on why I went that way is important. And so, yeah, you better be able to back it up if you're going to talk about it, right? So that's the plan. We have 10 more chapters to go in the Pinewood High School incident, or at least the plan was for 10. I was planning on doing just 20 chapters in general. I was saying that it could either go longer or shorter, depending on how much content was in the story. To be honest, though, I am going to be really aiming for like 20 chapters, and I'm not sure about the next set of books, but I'm gonna stick with this particular book at 20. I think I'll just stick to 20. There are a lot of things I would like to share with the world of South that could extend the book even further, but I don't think I'm gonna let that I'm not gonna let it happen like that. I'm just gonna finish at 20, and then we're gonna go into the next 9 books. Oh my God. 9 more books of South, the series. Get ready for that. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and knock these next 10 out for this next quarter. I was trying to get done with those 10 and be done before this Halloween, but it's not looking like it. There were a couple of things in my life that I had to handle, business related and such. So until I'm able to dedicate myself fully to doing the stories and the podcast, I'll be in and out. I know that I said I wanted to do a release every Friday, and so going into this next quarter, I'm going to be looking to do that. So I should be done with the book by the end of November. I mean, that'll be a good deal a good time to finish. We get Thanksgiving, you get full off of your meal, you can kick back and listen to me, listen to my scribbling, my scribbles. Okay, anyway, you can listen to the book in its totality prayerfully by Thanksgiving. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to knock them out as I can. We still have a pretty decent amount of work to have done coming up, in my personal life. So I'm going to commit to releasing every Friday. I know that promise isn't really a promise from me, but I think that with everything else lined up the way that it is going, I should be able to do that. I do have to just kick myself into gear and get myself up and get myself going, and that's what I plan on doing. So, well, I'm not going to hold you. I thank everybody so much who is listening to the story and commenting and sharing their thoughts on the whole process. There are a couple of things I, again, need to work on in my own right. But as far as getting the content out, I'm doing my best, and I will definitely be finishing this book, Lord willing, and the creek don't rise. So, bless you all. I thank you for listening to my podcast, and well, let's get into the next 10 chapters of South, the Pinewood High School incident. Catch you guys later.